according to Odinkalu. And then we'll look at the land revocation was discussed about yesterday, as Wiki has now given the 762 affected landowners, including Buhari, whose aide said that he's actually not the owner of the land anymore, 2 weeks of grace to pay up. Oh, so their properties will not be revoked. After all, oil marketers slashed petrol price by 11.8% to 939 naira 50 kobo per litre. Good news, isn't it?
Yeah, there is also a story about court orders and restoration of suspended Edo LG chairman.
Absolutely. All right, and then we'll look at 20 billion naira extra required yearly to achieve 2027 economy target. Not forgetting a little drama and protest happened today in Edo State. We'll let you in on that. We'll also let you in on what was discussed in the floor of the lower chamber, that is the House of Representatives today, by El Rufai, Bello El Rufai. And perhaps that's the reason why he's been trending today. Because these are the hot topics that we have for you. After the break, we'll be right back as we begin to dissect these and other shows and other conversations after the break. My name is Precious Inyi. Welcome to the Evening Rush.
And I'm Promise Inyi. Welcome to the Evening Rush.
I'll see you after the break. Stay with us.
From the views on the streets,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Alright, Lagos, Nigeria, you are welcome back. It is 90.3 Voice of the People of Humanity. It is the Evening Rush. Let's get started with the conversation tonight. Do we start with this or we should just start with something else? I would rather start with something else. So, you all know that the 2025 budget was presented before the Joint Assembly the day before yesterday, and it was it the day before yesterday? Yeah, I think it was on Tuesday, and it was on Wednesday. Yeah, it was quite a remarkable celebration, considering that all that played out during that event. However, there is something someone has to say about some content of that budget, and I thought that we look at it as much as we can, and then get back to other issues. Now, here is what Bello El Rufai had to say about the content of the budget, or some element of the budget. Take a listen.
The floor is yours. Thank you. For Bello Muhammad, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mohammed Bello El Rufai. I represent North. I'm from Kaduna State. Yesterday was Mohammed Bello El Rufai.
For Bello Muhammad, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mohammed Bello El Rufai. I represent the good people of Kaduna North. I'm from Kaduna State. Yesterday was a day of great privilege, and we thank the President and the Executive for laying the budget. Mr. Speaker, a lot of the things have been said already. I'll try to stick to time as quickly as possible by focusing on what I think is important. Recurrent capital is what is being discussed. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask again that this House remembers to compel the executive to implement the Oronsai report. That's one. Two, we need to cut down on costs, Mr. Speaker. As you rightly heard, the recurrent of various budgets.
Members need to be in this room to vote on this particular bill. So for those who are moving around, please sit to make sure you contribute in voting for this.
Can I go on, sir? Sir, the recurrent issue is in every budget, even a young person like myself. We budget for vehicles every year. We budget for utensils every year. So what I would like us to do, sir, to open more revenues or block loopholes, is to look at all these ministries that are bringing their budgets. If they bought vehicles last year, please, they should just relax now. Vehicles do not expire. These are the little things, Mr. Speaker, that unless we start looking at them, the loopholes we talk about will not come out. I want to thank the leadership for sessions like this and other experienced members. It's a learning opportunity. But on this, the Oronsai report, sir, should be implemented. It is key. That is one. The second and most important thing to me, since I was I'm still a young man, since I was a boy, budgets every year come with new computers, new furniture. These things don't expire, sir. We should cut them out totally. We can't be asking Nigerians. We can't have a tax reform bill that could shape the fiscal shape of this country. While as leaders, we are not cutting anything. So I urge the chairman, I'm honored, sir, that I chair a committee that has CBN, but my budget is not on here. But committee chairman that are more experienced than myself should look into this. Nigerians are tired of every agency buying fork and knife every year. We should show them we are serious and do these drastic cuts. I really trust the chairman of the Appropriations Committee, and I just thought to raise this issue. It's an opportunity to speak, and may God continue to guide us to do what's necessary for our people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Nigeria should not buy fork and knife every year. And I'm happy that the chairman of appropriation and the deputy chairman of appropriation, they are here making notes. And I've been watching them, and I'm also making notes, because we will also go through the work done by appropriation to see if all these debates happening here and issues being raised here, they are captured. Because it's not garbage in, garbage out. Though that budget with good intention from Mr. President must be fine-tuned to reflect actually what he wanted to achieve by the time he conceptualized it.
House of Representatives, Carl there, commenting on what Bello Erufai had raised. Joining us in the studio is Prince Francis Chilaka to analyze this conversation today. Prince Francis is a public affairs analyst. Prince Francis, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Thank you. So let's get straight to the point. The points made by Bello Erufai. We cannot be buying forks and knives and ministries, paracetals. In fact, he said right from when he was a boy, we've always bought computers every day. Now, these most likely isn't the exact way we see the budget of other countries reflect. The fact that most of these issues, these things are repurchased every day. Therefore, they reappear on their recurrent expenditure. I'd like to know your take.
Let's start from asking questions. How is our yearly budget prepared? Budgets, are they prepared in tandem with the reality on ground? Are the budgets prepared in such a way that those who are preparing it are looking at new items or new subheads that needs to be in the budget? But I think what has been playing out in the last few years is the fact that they just copy from the old year and make little alterations here and there and present it as a budget. Which is why if you check the 2023, 2022 budget, 2023 budget, 2024 budget, you'll find out that it's the same document you're having. Yes, it's the same.
Really?
You just probably have little changes here and there. And most times, the time you really have a real difference in budget is when there's a new government in place. But as long as it is a continuum of the same government, you just have the same subheads, running through the entire budget. All you have is maybe they say, okay, last year we bought maybe 10 Hiluxes, and then this year they say, okay, let us buy 6.
So, but that's the point. Should we buy these things, understanding that cars, spoons, forks, electronics, gadgets, and all that furniture, they don't spoil every year. So should we keep buying? And let's even look at the official cars, for instance, bought for National Assembly members, per tenure, for instance. Those official vehicles, are they not supposed to be for the purpose of the office? I was here when I interviewed someone from the congressman from the United States who stated that they don't even have official vehicles, both in the Congress and the Senate level in the United States. But it's good that we found it necessary to buy for ours. But shouldn't it be something that at the expiration of their tenure and you're not re-elected into office, you generally drop it so that another person from your constituency who is taking back that position would continue to use it, instead of every time we spend money that we do not have on things like this?
If you recall very well, it's because of this that made the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, to monetize everything. To say, as a senator, honorable member, go and look for your house. We'll give you so amount of money as your rent. Whatever you do with it is your business. Go and buy your car. We'll give you, this is your budget for a car. But you find out that where we have leaders who are more interested in what they would get from the country and not what the country would do for them. They're interested in what they will get from the country. So it's because of that. That's why you keep having, every new administration will want to buy new cars, buy new jet, buy new Escalade. It's because we have no proper accounting system. Nobody's held accountable. Nobody's been, dragged to say, if you recall, let me also bring us to jig our memories a bit. A few years back, you had what they call the CVUs. If you recall, the CVUs was a unit of a protocol. It was a protocol unit of under the presidency then, which cars were made available. They had pool cars for carrying diplomats, in and out of Lagos or whatever. What happened to it? The thing went dead. What happened to the cars? Did anybody give us an account? Were the cars sold? If they were sold, what happened to the returns? So it's just a vicious circle of recklessness, vicious circle of impunity by our leaders. That is what it is. Because I don't understand how the car used by President Buhari cannot be used by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then if you have another president tomorrow, you go for. So what happens to the ones they've used? Most times they just, stylishly steal it.
I was about to ask what happens.
It is stylishly stolen.
The cars, they change yearly. They bought new cars last year, and they bought new cars this year. They're about to buy new cars next year, which is in the budget. What is going to happen?
Is it not the same thing happening?
How about they auction those cars and use the money? Peradventure, let's say they are getting new cars every year. How about selling off the older cars and topping up money to get new cars instead of a wholesome amount of money for new cars?
We're focusing on the national budget, isn't it? Because it was presented to the National Assembly. Don't you also think that what is happening at the national level is also happening at the states? You hear what is happening with Edo State present governor and the former governor saying, you took cars that, you should return the cars.
But they happen to Matawale too.
So it's that's what I keep telling you. It's a vicious circle of greed, vicious circle of poor mentality. I think that is what it is. You just want to grab, kleptomaniac. You want to grab. And you're not thinking about the people. You're not thinking about the people. Like Rufai rightly said, you can't be asking the people to be patient.
But this president told us he was coming to cut costs, right?
Has this president
so is this a way of cutting costs?
Has he shown you that he's ready to cut costs? This is a president that dropped 5 ministers and appointed 7. This is a president that said, I want to stop this ministry of, Ministry of NDDC? as a ministry.
And yeah, he cut
You know,
put all,
and then you
joined
started Ministry of
South
Livestock.
Development. Yes.
You started Ministry of Livestock. Livestock ordinarily should be under the Ministry of Agriculture as a department. So it's not an issue of cutting costs. This government is not out to cut costs.
So do you think Bello Erufai was correct or right by saying that the legislature should compel the executive arm to implement your own share report?
The executive arm has, how do I put it? They've tried to use that document to claim to be ready to cut costs, but they're not ready.
Share report?
Yes, they're not. They said, okay, the government said they want to implement it.
Yes.
Now,
So
and one of the first
okay.
things we hear were they were going to merge some ministries,
Absolutely.
merge some MDA and all of. But what has happened?
We expanded ministries.
We're having more ministries.
Created
This is the government with the highest number of ministers. So how can you be saying you want to cut costs when the elements that are available for you to cut costs, you're not following it? So what they did is just to showcase Nigerians to Nigerians. This is the document, we're going to implement it. But they're doing a different thing entirely.
So there are precedents in other parts of the world who came out in 1 year and said they are going to cut costs of their governance and their cabinet.
Like
Example
Argentina?
is the Argentina president.
There's an African president that did the same too.
Yeah, do you know that in 1 year, Argentina president just in 1 year was able to cut down their budget deficit drastically to 0%? That hasn't happened in Argentina over 123 years, but he was able to achieve that in 1 year. That is a president who flies commercial, who doesn't have a private jet. That is a president who cuts down his cabinet.
You see, when you say
he was even mad as his minister for budget or something for increasing the salaries of ministers.
When you say Nigeria, when you say Nigeria is broke, or when people tell you, oh, we inherited an empty treasury, what they're indirectly telling you is that we haven't gotten money to embezzle. You guys have embezzled all the money, so you didn't leave some for us to also embezzle. And until we have leaders with a revolutionized mindset of service delivery, mindset of empathy, mindset of patriotism, those things won't be there. This government, as far as I'm concerned, is not interested in cutting any cost.
How do you know that, sir?
What have they done? Tell me one thing they've done. You see, Nigerians are saying, oh, we're hungry. There is no food. There is no this. But yet, this same government went ahead and bought a new presidential jet for your president.
Because you don't want his life was...
Which life?
His life mattered now.
Which life?
His security was...
You see, we keep placing the president as if he's a demigod. He's not.
The other
He's
were
one of
bad
us.
now. Remember, I had issues over...
They have 12, if I'm right, 10, 11 or 12 aircrafts. How many has been sold? If anyone has been sold, have they been able to give account of the sales to Nigerians? How much was it sold for? How much was realized from it? That's accountability. If you say you want to cut costs, ordinarily this whole idea of saying each state must have a minister, we should throw it away.
Quota system.
We should throw that nonsense away. Let us take people by merit. This quota system has ruined this country. So we should say, if we are ready to cut costs, there's nothing stopping the government from reducing from, 50-something ministers to 20. People should earn a salary.
So they go merge ministries like
Yes.
So
you
what
had
is the
Fashola
essence of
being in
the
charge of
minister?
2-3.
And you also have a minister for state for the
That's
same
what I'm saying.
ministry.
That's what I'm saying, that we just employ people, pay them salary for doing nothing. It's cut across entire breadth of Nigeria. You have it in the government sector, you have it in the private sector. So there are people who are just employed. They're not doing anything. They have no job. Their own is just to, nose around, move from one place to another, trying to tell you that there are certain structures they're not doing anything. And that is what the ministers are doing. You have a country with overbloated ministers. What are they doing? And then you have permanent secretaries.
Not forgetting essays and
You have
PAs.
good.
But this president has 13
Media.
Media aids.
No, I think there are 12. I think one of them has left.
He
Yes.
said, it said him that said he wasn't paid. He worked for 6 months and wasn't even paid for that. 12 media aids. They're almost doing the same thing. You have for communication.
It is not. It is not.
Media. You have for this.
It is
and that.
no. What they are doing is
it's almost the same thing.
It is competition. Who gets the news to publish first? Becomes the spokesperson of the Mr. President.
All right, so let's move on to other issues very quickly because we don't have time, so that we can exhaust our issues before we leave. So, now going to Farotomi's case before we get to Edo State, because we still have issues in Edo State to look at. That would be much later. So, Federal High Court in Abuja, we all know, granted Farotomi bail today, and there are about 4 conditions that were given to him. Today. By the way, Yahya Bello perhaps is a free man already because he may have met his bail condition and he's already out. So that's to say that. And we hear that P2B is also offering likely to pay for Farotomi's 30 million naira. So one of the things that the court told Farotimi to do is that granted bail. One is that he must get 2 sureties. One must have a landed property in Ekiti. The other one must, one of his 2 sureties must have a landed property in Ekiti State. And the other condition is that he must submit his traveling documents, and he's prohibited from traveling out of the country. So, and then in addition, he's also required to prove a bond of 30 million naira. For those who may not understand, it's not like he's paying that 30 million, but he has to provide a bond that shows that I have 30 million one corner, so that in case he jumps bail, you understand, that money becomes what would be held on to. So lastly, the court refrained him from granting media interviews with electronic or print media pending the determination of the substantive suit against him. Prince Francis, I would really like to chime in on that. By the way, social media has been agog, especially because of the last element of his bail condition, the fact that he's been asked not to grant interviews. People said, okay, Farotimi said he was going to tell us a lot of things when he comes out, and now he's going to be out without being able to tell us perhaps what he says he was going to say.
You know the irony of all of this?
What is it, sir?
When you declare something as when you prohibit people from, maybe you say, oh, this music is not good for the ear, you're asking people not to listen to it. That is when people begin to search for it. Yes. When the case came up against Dele, that was when a lot of us began to look for the book. Where is this book? What is the content of this book? It became a bestseller. So sometimes, it's good to let certain things die a natural death. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If not that Dele Farotimi was arrested the way he was arrested, the book, nobody would talk about the book. So now that you're saying he shouldn't speak, he shouldn't talk, the court must also realize that at this point in time, they're infringing on his fundamental right to freedom of speech.
And now they're asking him not to grant.
That is what I'm saying.
On that matter, does it mean that there is an tiny inkling of truth about what he?
If you read the book, I've not read the complete book, but I've taken time to read excerpts of the book. If you read the excerpts, you'll find out that what Dele wrote is not a third-party story. It's not a third-party story. It's like a husband and wife having a quarrel, and the husband decides to put, write a book about their marriage experience. That is what he has done. He has written the experience between him and the person who took him to court, or the person who made sure that he was arrested. So we need to get that clear, that it is not fiction. It is not saying, oh, I heard it from Precious.
So it was based on experience.
His own personal experience.
Okay, so there's something else about this. Apologies. Let's just quickly button on that. A former chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, Professor Odinkalu, about this case has said that the seniors in the legal profession in Nigeria have made a mess of the justice system of the country. I want you to jump in on that.
No, let me say this.
Do you believe that's correct?
We need to review the process of sonship in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to.
It's not standing.
No. We need to review it. We need to know. It needs to be thrown open so that people will know if somebody is being nominated to become a son. We need to check that person's pedigree. They must throw it open to the people and to the press. If you're being to be appointed as a judge, maybe of a Supreme Court, appeal court, we need to know who you are. What kind of judgment or what kind of cases have you followed through? Look at the shenanigans that happened in Edo State.
So
where a judge gave life death sentence to somebody for stealing chicken and eggs.
Yes. So, Prince Francis, in the case of Farotimi asked not to speak, grant interview and all that, do you not think that is because the case is sub judice?
Even if it is, I believe...
Because usually you don't talk about cases that are already before the courts. Yes.
But while he was in detention, they were filing cases against him. different cases. Don't you understand? While he was in prison, others were talking about the case. And the case was, at that time, the case is in court. So why give privilege to some and deny another a privilege?
Like, it's not specified if Yahya Bello's bail condition contains all of this, right?
No. Yahya Bello's condition, that is mockery. For me, it is mockery and, mockery of Nigerians. It's like what your former Minister of Aviation, Serika, what is it, Serika?
Hadi Serika.
Yes, it's like what he did. Scamming 200 million Nigerians with an aircraft that doesn't belong to Nigeria. Where is he? He's in his air-conditioned house, relaxing. But meanwhile, an ordinary Nigerian who is caught stealing a goat or a chicken, you either get life sentence or you get death sentence.
So you think that Hadi Serika scammed Nigerians?
What did he do?
May just be an idea.
What he did is the same thing that NNPCL has been doing to Nigerians.
So they've been
scamming Nigerians. Who have they pointed out to us?
You are aware that abusing people right now is a criminal offense?
No, not abuse. They say if
we
you curse.
Go by the...
They say if you curse.
A curse might differ because...
It's the police.
What someone else says, whatever I say is a curse to me, maybe a curse.
The police seems to be losing what they're meant to do. The police are meant to protect the rights of the Nigerian people. But suddenly the police too is becoming too powerful. They are beginning to rewrite the obnoxious constitution, which is why some of us are saying that document should go.
Prince Francis, talking about causes now, remember Ms. Olamide Abiodun Thomas, who has been in custody for some days now without charging her to court. But finally, she has been charged to court in Abuja, and they arraigned her on 4-count criminal charges after a video of her insulting the president's son, and the police chief went viral. And according to that video, what she said in Yoruba, the 4-page complaint unveiled as Ms. Thomas was arraigned on Friday today. There was a recorded video in Yoruba wherein she said she hoped calamity would befall Seyi Tinubu as she was enduring the pains inflicted on her by the tear gas. This was during the 4 years remembrance of the NSAS, in remembrance of the NSAS protests and all of that. It's a cost, and she has been remanded. She's going to court. She has been in prison.
And that may be one of the reasons why that information was given
it's
to
just
us.
Like someone
even though lawyers are arguing that.
No, do you know right now? Do you know right now with what the police is doing? It's actually trying to stop people from talking. Yes.
Is that why lawyers are saying it's not legal?
Yes, because right now they want to deny Nigerians their right to...
Is it constitutional?
It's not in the Constitution. Where is it in the Constitution? Let him point it out to us.
Is that why a lawyer like Inegibe or Effiong challenged him?
Yes, let him point it out to Nigerians to say, this is where it is in this. This is the only document that holds Nigeria together is the Nigerian Constitution. You see, I am an advocate that it is high time we begin to teach the Constitution in secondary schools, even from primary school. Let us begin to teach the Nigerians. Yes, need to know yes. We need to start asking our men of God to begin to teach the Constitution in their churches, in the mosque. Everybody everybody should understand what is in the Constitution.
It's a way of knowing your rights.
So we know our social contract with those who are governing us. It's not that, tomorrow, like what's happened in Edo, where the governor and the State House of Assembly sacked or suspended all the,
elected chairman.
They are elected just as you are elected, and you're suspending them. Based on what? Is the Attorney General of the Federation says it is illegal. It's not in the constitutional. It's not constitutional. So this whole shenanigans has to end. What we seem to have, is like we're becoming more of a dictatorial country. Because tomorrow somebody will tell you, when the military were in power, they denied us freedom of speech. But how well have we fared under civilian rule as a people? How well have we fared? It's not just for anybody to come out and say, the military did this, the military. Check all the development we have in Nigeria. They were put in place by the military. Since chivalry came back, going to 20-something years now.
1999.
How many, what parameter would they put out as the development for the nation? What have they done? All the people have been governors in all the states. What have they done? Are these leaders not ashamed that we don't have good roads? Are they not ashamed that we're still battling with 3,000 megawatts of electricity or 5,000 megawatts of electricity? We're still battling with, water.
Keeps collapsing.
So come on. I see, the political class has failed this country. So anyhow you want to do it, if you want to put knife on people's neck, if you want to gag everybody to say they don't speak, it is when you try to gag people that people will go under and the speaking will become louder.
All right, so let's move on to the next conversation, promise, very quickly, shall we? To the next conversation. We go to, what do we call it now? Oil markets. No, we'll go to oil market. Edo State is coming last. Okay, no. Yes, Edo State will come last. Yes. So let's go to the oil markets where oil marketers lifting the petroleum motor spirit PMS, aka fuel, also known as petrol from Dangote Petroleum Refinery, have slashed the price of the product by 11% or 11.8% to 939 naira per litre from 1,060 naira per litre. So as of yesterday, the oil marketers were selling a petrol at 1,060 naira per litre based on checks by reporters. But checking again a bit today, we hear that some filling stations are now selling for 939 naira because Dangote had reduced their own lifting price to 899 naira 50 kobo.
Precious, when you're passing such an information, please. I bought fuel this morning from an NPC.
Maybe they reduced it after you bought.
I buy 1,025 naira.
Maybe they reduced it after you bought.
This morning at about 8 a.m.
You don't think they may have reduced it after you bought?
Well, why didn't they reduce it since?
That announcement was made yesterday.
It was made yesterday.
Yeah, but this one, they not made it today. You can't tell. Apologies. This is not me supporting
this whole. You see, let me tell you the truth.
Yes, sir.
What Nigerians had expected from Dangote is not this 15 naira deduction, 10 naira deductions. Nigerians were expecting that Dangote would have come out to say, I am going to sell my petrol at 500 naira.
So why is it hard for Dangote to even tell us how much exactly Nigeria is giving him the price oil for?
Dangote is part of...
Shouldn't it be an open system?
No, Dangote is also part of the cabal in the petroleum sector right now.
Wileke, are you serious?
He is. He's part of the cabal. He's operating his own at one level. NNPCL is operating at the other level. Nobody's giving us information. And then when you ask for information, you are termed to be abusing you, government. They say you are abusive. They come and carry you. Or you have insulted. See, very soon the Nigerian police will start arresting people when it comes to the issue of juju.
Are you saying that you do not believe that the price, this oil marketers have actually reduced their prices?
Until I buy.
Okay, seeing is believing for you.
Until it reflects on
the
pump price.
It needs to reflect on the pump price. It needs to reflect on transportation.
Okay.
Do you know how much it is now going to the southeast? So these are the parameters that will determine whether the price, reduction in price, is it beneficial to Nigerians or not?
All right. So before we get to Edo State, let's also quickly let you know that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, says that the country needs to invest $20 billion, no naira, billion dollars to achieve the economic targets by 2027. That is this particular economic targets that reform we're doing now. For us to achieve it, we need to invest $20 billion.
Where are we going to get the money to invest?
Sir?
We'll borrow to invest.
We have been trying our best, sir.
No. You're going to borrow. Don't forget that the budget you already announced is in deficit. Because we know that they're going to borrow money to run the budget.
So the 20 billion is every year, or so additional
if you are going to
dollar per year.
You know, the government said they saved
to
20
help us
billion.
Grow our economy.
Wait,
sir.
Don't make us, don't confuse us.
Sorry, sir.
The government came out and told us that from fuel subsidy removal, they have saved 20 billion. Abi, am I correct?
The different amounts we've saved have been mentioned by different people.
Wait,
so
now.
I've lost track of
No.
the
We know they told us that they saved 20 billion before they went to borrow 2 billion. You remember? And it is in dollars. So let them invest that 20 billion.
They need one every year, like that. 20 billion every year.
If they have been able to get 20 billion in the first year of subsidy removal, knowing that Nigerian figures keep rising, they never go down. It means that in 2025, they should be able to save 40 billion. So out of that 40 billion again, let them invest another 20 billion. Yes.
Okay. All right then. Promise. Let's get down to Edo State.
Let's move over to Edo State now, where a state high court has ordered the restoration of the suspended local government chairman in Edo State. The court, presided by Justice Ife Ikwewumba, issued the order on Friday, December 20th, 2024. Justice Ikwewumba gave the order while ruling on a suit filed by the embattled 18 council chairman and the Edo State chapter of the Association of Local Government Chairman of Nigeria. The defendants are the Edo State government, the Edo State governor, the Edo State deputy governor, the attorney general of the state, the accountant general of Edo State, and the permanent secretary, Ministry of Local Government, Community and Chieftaincy Affairs. Now the judge granted the claimants' applicants and prayers by restraining the defendants from acting on the resolution of Edo State House of Assembly suspending the claimants. And the court also ordered that the status quo as at December 12, 2024 be maintained pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice filed on December 12. And the judge adjourned the suit to February, of course, and you could recall that the governor suspended the chairman, 18 local government chairmen and their deputies over alleged misconduct and insubordination. However, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, had faulted the suspension of the 18 local government chairmen, describing it as unconstitutional. Prince Francis, you mentioned this earlier. So the judge ruled that the status quo, should continue. They are coming back, or they've come back. Now the thing is, insubordination, is it because they're in a different party, elected from by PDP, from the platform of PDP, and he's in APC now? You know that almost all, in fact, the whole 36 states of the federation, governors control the funds of local government. Is that the interest in this case?
Let me sound a note of warning to the governor of Edo State. Let him not start the war that is currently going on in Rivers. He will not succeed. Because
according to him, he suspended them on the basis that they refused to show him to present their account statements.
You see, governance is not about witch hunting. Governance is about accountability. And the way the governor is going, he is giving the impression that he is out on a witch hunt. I believe that they have Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs,
who is also a defendant in this case.
Good. That commissioner should be able to liaise with the local government chairman to get whatever information the governor needs.
But
that is how it works.
You think there will be some kind of harmony or unity working together based on the fact that these
is not about political parties. No.
Parties.
Promise. It is not about political parties. It's about service to the people.
But other states has their local government chairman under them in control. Almost all the states in the country, they do that.
the thing is, the election of the local government took place before he became a governor.
True.
So he must find a way to work with the local government chairman. He must find a way to work with them. You can't suspend them because you believe that they're from PDP and you are from APC. In other words, you want to become a dictator to them.
Isn't it about their location?
We all know that it's about their location. We know it's about their location. But then don't also forget that there's the local government chairman have been warned. So the people must hold them accountable.
Do they use these funds directly? Because it's still the government.
If you like, carry your money and give to your governor. Let me tell you the truth. When it is time for accounting and when it is time for justice, the governor will deny you. Don't forget, most times there's no record of how the money was sent to the governor or how the governor took the money.
And they signed this money.
They will sign the local government chairman. Even when they are signing the document for the money, they will be signing as they're spending for local government.
That's what I'm saying.
So a lot of these governors have worked out the machinery of collecting this money, and you cannot trace it to them. But I think we need to move away from this. For me, it is an appeal to our Nigerian leaders. Please, you people should be service-oriented. You people should have patriotism. You people should understand that it is about the people, not about your individual selves. People have so much personalized their offices. You're a governor, you're a demigod, you're a commissioner, you're a demigod, you're a honorable member. No. The people only borrowed they only gave you their rights, their sovereignty. They just gave it to you for a short while. Don't abuse it. Don't abuse it. Our leaders each day keep raping we, the Nigerian people. They rape us every day and they ask us not to cry. It's like a man who has a wife and you're abusing your wife and you're asking your wife not to talk. They're gaslighting Nigerians. That is what the leaders are doing. And it has to stop. Look at what happened in Ibadan, where children died. And Mr. President is calling for a probe.
There is something.
You are probing the effect of bad policies. You are probing the effect of hunger. You are probing the effect of poverty on the people.
But
let me tell you how bad things are in Nigeria today. Let me tell you how bad things. If you want to know how bad things are, go and put canopy downstairs. And you say you're having party, and you put your canopy. The moment you bring out food, you know the way they pack those takeaway in Ghana must go. The moment you bring it out, you will see the stampede that will happen downstairs. You'll be shocked, and you'll be asking yourself, where did these people emanate from? That is the level of hunger in the land. So it's not about local government fighting, governor fighting local government, House of Ref. No. It's about service delivery.
So how about governors? How about making it mandatory? Maybe the National Assembly now, making it mandatory for governors to be able to create and generate their own revenue.
And the governors not generating revenue.
How much?
Do you know how much tax people pay?
Do
you know how much tax
they
people
keep collecting monthly allocations?
They
depend on the monthly allocations.
Do you know
how many states are generating enough? Aside Lagos State and River State, and perhaps Akwa Ibom and some others, how many states are able to generate revenue?
Every state has the potential to generate.
But how many
They should begin to think out of the box. They should begin to think out of the box. That's what leadership is all about. Being strategic. Being proactive. Being prudent. So it's not about whether they are collecting money from the federal. The question is, are they prudent with the money they are collecting? There is no way you will develop your state and not generate revenue. Open up new roads. Bring development to those places. People will come there, businesses will thrive, and you will generate revenue. So anybody saying that the governors are bereft of ideas of how to generate, they are not. They're just being they're just being lazy. They are just being lazy. If we had in our constitution, for instance, if we had a workable constitution that says that any governor that is unable to account for the money he collects in a month, the next month he will not collect and it is forgone, you will see development in the land.
Or perhaps collapse a state that is not able to generate their own revenue. Collapse them into another state.
You know that the creation of state was actually meant to break. Well, I think it was more for people would say it was meant to break this whole idea of advocating for secession, but it has not worked. Some states are so poor that they cannot function as a state. Why not bring them back together? Why not bring them back together?
All right, so speaking about Edo State still, we have a video here of a little, more like a protest that happened in Edo State earlier today. And that was because the transporters were protesting some of the governor's actions that they said he took even without consulting them. Take a listen to that, and then we'll get back to discussing Edo State further, and then we'll move straight.
Which is national? Which is national? They follow the fight. Now we come meet our president, which is on we president. Take you help us come meet our mayor, ask government, mayor, go tell government. What will be the problem? What you will do? What you will do? We're not going to see what you going to give us, and they give us problem. They give us money. They don't even piss so much of our driver. Which is national? Which is national? They follow the fight. Now we come meet our president, which is on we president. You help us come meet our mayor, ask government, mayor, go tell government. What will be the problem? What you will do? What you will do? We're not going to see what you going to give us, and they give us problem. They give us money. They don't even piss so much of our driver. They don't collect us for some arm as we talk. So make God make it avail. Now we want. We're not going to grow. We're not going to
We went there with our driver for a park.
Yes.
We did drive for park. Each of everybody get branch, everybody get ready for the open park. This morning, national you come and say, "What could they collect 115 for drivers hand?"
How much did they pay before?
When driver and we come, when governor give order and we now 100 and now we pay.
Yes.
But when they surprise, then I say, national you come out today, they say we must pay 115. Now of course say no, we know if we pay. Now it's okay, more come meet our president, more come cry meet am. May help us tell governor, we don't know where national for come. 1,000 naira, 1,500.
Okay.
They even remove some chair for Isa moto this morning.
Well,
so now with the protest say we not go pay, we not go pay.
All right.
All
right. Well done.
The chairman or the president of the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers visited the governor of Edo State today, and the transporters are protesting that we were paying 100 naira. All of a sudden they say they don't increase the money to 1,500. How won't it come like this? Prince Francis Chelaka.
You know, before the Edo election, they were screaming, Edo is not Lagos. So they should work.
Oh, by the way, I told you, MC Olomo visited me in a fun fair. And he was giving a presidential visit.
They should welcome to the reality of what Lagosians have been going through.
So is this going to go around the 36 states?
Well, he has started visiting. So
including the FCT.
He has started.
He's the new national chairman.
Yes. I thought the appeal court said they removed him. It was like that judgment didn't stand.
It looks like.
Mm-hmm. No. The appeal courts, the National Industrial Courts had removed. I think the appeal court says that he has to vacate for the other guy, but he hasn't.
That's what we're saying the same thing. So if we have a country where people don't obey court judgments, or we do selective obedience to court judgment, then there's a problem. There's a problem. Asking people who were paying 100 naira to pay 1,500, is it not madness? In a country where there's hunger, poverty. I mean, who will bear the brunt at the end of the day? It's the masses. It is the Nigerian people that will pay for it. So sometimes I ask myself, all this money the national is collecting, what are they using it for? Who are beneficiaries of this money?
So are we seeing the Alawi thing in Lagos State going around all the 36 states of the Federation?
A few weeks back, somebody called me.
If this has happened in Edo State.
A friend of mine called me and said the things they are doing in Lagos in terms of the markets, where those who carry wheelbarrow pay money, those who carry baskets pay money. I think they've started in Abuja.
Are you serious?
They've started it, and so it's this whole thing where we don't even understand the direct benefit of National Union of Road Transport Workers to the Nigerian people. We don't understand the direct benefit to the Nigerian people. If you're asking the bus drivers and the conductors to pay 1,005, where does this money go to?
What is the benefit?
That's the question. Who is going to take this money? Into whose account will it be paid into? What is it that the union is doing in terms of alleviating the sufferings of the drivers themselves and the conductors? What are they doing? That is why when you in the mornings when I'm going to work, you see bus drivers and different agberos fighting on Oshodi Bridge, fighting on Mile 2 Bridge.
Are these levies constitutional? I ask again.
If they are not constitutional, which they are not, the point is that if those who are implementing it are backed by those behind the scene, what would you do? You need to see the way they fight drivers in the mornings. You need to see where they break, they force themselves, seize your spare tire, seize your jack. They must seize something from your boss if you don't want to pay. And these guys come looking, fiercely looking as if they are ready to fight, which they are. So these are things people are saying. You can't be asking Nigerians to be patient, and yet the things you should do to encourage them, to make life easier for them, you're not doing it. If you go to Apapa now and you clear your car and you're driving it from Apapa through Mile 2, God save you if there's traffic. Those boys will stop you and they will ask you. Anyone that stops you, they're asking you for 1,000 naira. If you don't give them, they will look for a part of your car to take. Where are our security agencies? These are the things the security agencies should curtail. But no, the security agencies are busy looking for those who are either cursing or using babalawo, jazz or whatever.
All right, so let's move on very quickly. I'd like us to touch on this issue before I take us back to the budget, because as we hear, the budget has passed second reading, even without knowing if most of those issues that were touched by Bello Erufai and others have been amended. But then let's go on to this. So I thought that we should, look at it, considering what had happened in the judiciary recently and still happening. So about this, the ICPC released what, perhaps may be their own perception of corruption index. The Supreme Court of Nigeria, National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, and several other federal agencies have been flagged as high corruption risk MDAs in the 2024 Ethics and Integrity Compliance Scorecard released by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. Now, the scorecard assessed the ethical and integrity compliance of ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government, with agencies such as the Nigeria Press Council, Legal Aid Council, Federal Civil Service Commission, and the Council of Nigerian Mining and Engineers Geoscientists, scoring 0. Institutions like the Federal Teaching Hospital, Gombe State, National Obstetrics Fistula Center, Bauchi Institute of Archaeology and Museum Studies, JOS, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and the University of Ibadan also received the lowest scores. Then we have other agencies like the Judiciary, the National Hajj Commission, and all of others scoring very high. So let's look at the figures if we can. According to the press briefing yesterday, Thursday, ICPC spokesperson Demola Bakari explained that the agency scored 0 due to non-compliance or non-responsiveness, and that they have been classified as high corruption risk MDAs, he said. So in contrast, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Nigerian Railway Corporation, and Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC topped the rankings with scores of 89.75%, 89.33%, and 88.73% respectively. Other high-performing agencies such as the National Health Insurance Authority and the Nigerian Communications Commission also achieved commendable results. But despite the strong performances, the report noted that no agency achieved full compliance, as it were. However, NDAs or agencies like the Hajj Commission, and the Judiciary did not do well in that performance. Now, the last time the National Bureau of Statistics mentioned about the corruption in the judiciary, or ranked the judiciary as one of the the high rate of corruption in the judiciary, the CJN spoke about it and said that she doesn't agree totally with that figure. Now that the ICPC has released this, do you also see the judiciary responding, or rather taking action to ensure that corruption is curbed, controlled
let me start,
in the judiciary?
Let me start by saying that I think with all this exposés going on, the judiciary should start by suing the National Bureau for Statistics as well as the ICPC. They should sue them. Yes, they should sue them for accusing them to be corrupt.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. They need to sue them. It's part of cursing and abuse. That's what they are doing. They need to sue them seriously, drag them to court. They even need to get the police to go and hunt them and take them from if their office is in Abuja, move them to Owerri and sue. Look for a state where that the environment is conducive for them to try them. That's what they need to do urgently. If the police doesn't do it, then that means that what the NBC, National Bureau of Statistics and ICP is saying is true. So I believe that somebody should be arrested immediately, and I believe that the chairmen of these organizations should be arrested and persecuted and granted bail bonds of 500 million naira each.
Maybe they will say it's not a full book, it's just a report.
You see, we can't gloss over the level of corruption in this country. Each day we see corruption like we see air, like we see water. We pretend. The problem with the Nigerian leadership and the Nigerian people is pretense. If it is not affecting my own person, if it's not affecting me directly, everything is proper and right. What I expect from government right now, especially the president, is to begin to probe the judiciary.
That's actually what I was. The reason I asked this question is: should we not declare state of emergency in the judiciary?
Yes, they should, because if two organs of government have come out openly to say, Mr. President, this office where this your small office where they here is basking in corruption. Mr. President should have the political will to say, let us. The way they are probing Emefiele, the former CBN governor, that is the way I want them to begin to probe the judiciary. Let us know what is happening in the judiciary. Why is it that every negative report points at the judiciary? So we need to urgently do it. So please, now talking about this whole thing about the judiciary, I also hope that tomorrow the ICPC server will not be hacked, or they will not pull it down. have not been told what happened with the NBS.
No, the server was hacked though.
We need to know who hacked it.
Anyway.
Now, let me be Precious.
Sir?
Let us forget whatever anybody says. NBS and National Bureau of Statistics, they do not keep money. Even with the ordinary Nigerians, we are saying the things you are publishing to us is unacceptable to us. When you tell us that our inflation rate is 34%, we're telling you that the inflation rate has gotten to 54%.
Based on our realities, based on market realities,
rates reduced.
Based on good. So if
well, that's because if you have a job that pays you for 1 day, even if it's small message, you went to somebody dash your money for 1 day.
So
but people's reality.
No, come in. That's what I'm saying. If we are saying that we do not agree with that, so what would a hacker want from that place? Yes, what is the hacker looking for?
Okay, all right. Okay.
It doesn't make sense that the place is hacked because there's nothing to benefit from that. The only difference between them and National Orientation Agency is that they're talking every month. Every month they try to tell us how we're performing in terms of our inflation. But other than that, what else have they been doing for Nigerians? What else have they done? They're just like the National Orientation Agency. So it's like somebody waking up tomorrow and telling me that the server of National Orientation Agency have been hacked. What are you hacking it for?
All right, so let's go back to the budget very quickly. With the opera that was raised in the House today, we hear that budget is already past second reading. But there are some discrepancies in the budget that we're yet to know if they have addressed before passing it for second reading. For instance, we did hear that official documents, according to Sahara reporters, showed or confirmed that the budget was actually 49.7 trillion naira. But however, what was presented was 47.96 trillion naira. Do we see this almost an addition of 2 trillion naira added at the end of the day? These are questions we can answer. And then, the issue that Bello Erufai raised, for instance, in the aspect of recurring expenditure, buying spoons every year, buying computers every year, buying AC every year, buying cars every year, and all of those every year. Have they been addressed before passing it for second reading? Because after now, next thing, they don't accent them. We don't go on. And then other issues like the fact that the State House may be spending about 55.8 trillion naira in debt servicing. And then the spending about 15 billion naira too to buy vehicles in Aso Rock we bought last year.
On his mandate.
So that's the question. So have these issues been addressed before passing it for second reading, sir?
The moment that song was intoned, to me, it was obvious that nothing anybody says would change anything. I'm surprised that my distinguished friend, the man I revere so much, Senator Ningi, has not spoken out.
Abdul Ningi?
Yes.
He was suspended the last time he did.
So does that mean that he has been quieted by that? Because if everybody in the Senate keeps quiet, everybody in the House of Reps keeps quiet, then it simply means that there is no need having the National Assembly.
How about the opposition?
We should scrap them.
Why are they not talking?
Who and who is in the opposition?
We have the Labour Party members.
Is it the ones who are? Is it the ones who are defecting? Because they do not even understand the ideology of Labour Party. I keep saying it. Most people that you got elected under the platform of Labour Party are not party members. These are just opportunists that saw Peter Obi as a vehicle. Because people did not vote candidates. People voted parties. And people voted Labour Party because of Mr. Peter Obi, not because of any other person. So which is why I am saying that we need to reform our electoral law. We can have something better. Rather than putting logos on the voters' slip. Why don't we put the
ballot papers?
Yes, let us put the pictures of those that are contesting.
But we vote political parties and not people.
We need to. Can't we do things differently?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Prince Francis.
Right, I wanted to touch on a little about the debt servicing. This year, currently, our debt expenditure is estimated to be, our debt budget deficit rather, is estimated around 9 point something trillion, about 9.1 or 2 trillion naira, Prince Francis. And in 2025 budget, it is projected to be 13 point something trillion naira. That is about almost 3 point something percent increase in our budget deficit, where we'll have countries like Argentina, where the president has drastically reduced their debt deficit to 0%.
You see, when you bring this kind of argument, those who support this government, those who believe that they are the mouthpiece of this government, they will tell you that the president inherited a moribund government, a moribund force, inherited something that there was nothing. So he's trying to do everything to revive the economy. But the question is, in all of this borrowing, what are they doing with it? The debt you're servicing, is it going to stop them from borrowing?
All right, thank you, Prince Francis. I appreciate you. Lagos phone lines are open.
But I'm sorry, they will tell you America is one of the heaviest.
Anybody that is using America, anybody that is quoting America for you is sick in the head.
Okay.
Because if you tell me you want to follow the American style, you remember there was an interview where Obama's wife told people that they were paying for meals from their own pocket. Tell me what a Nigerian president pays from his pocket. Yet, this is a country where people are dying of hunger and starvation, yet your president collects extra code. Ministers who travel collect extra code. So what sacrifice are the leaders making?
Which is what Billy Rufai just mentioned.
Yes, what sacrifice are they making? The only sacrifice they're making is, do you know that why my co-analyst is not here today? Because VI is shut down.
Why? What happened?
They said the president is there.
Yes.
He just sent me a message that everywhere is
Mr.
shut
Kenobi.
down. Yes, that everywhere is shut down. How do we progress in a nation like this?
All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's start to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversation that we had tonight. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. The WhatsApp line is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. That one is a WhatsApp line. You can also call that line directly. 0817 175 6338 and then 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, my sister. Precious.
Sir, you're welcome. Sir.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, sir, you're welcome.
Yeah, this country is too much. The situation every day, one problem, one news of the other that will not benefit the people, and that is bad. That is not good at all. Actually, my name is Anthony. You understand? My name is Anthony. So, my sister, in fact, the government are not doing something about the citizens of Nigeria. Okay, look at Solomo upon the atrocity he committed in last election. Now, some people in they do give him the opportunity to enter. Is he trying to want to poison or to spoil how the Edo State will run their affairs? And this is not good. I don't know why most of Nigerians or leaders, they are celebrating with the wrong people. And that is not good. Look at the masses. Suffer day, hardship day. And the president is not doing something that can better benefit the poor masses. I don't know how we can survive. Even this Christmas now, next week, we don't know how we can celebrate. Like me and my family now, we don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. I appreciate it. I can hear you. I say thank you. Don't worry. Thank you so much. Everything will be fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Precious, do something as I use Bitinubu. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Lagos, let's take a quick break. And when we return, we'll continue to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversation we'll raise tonight. Stay with us.
Moments to live, create and make believe. If it ain't graceful like royalty, trust your gut, it's not regal. Feel it flowing through, tastes so good, so you let go and let your spirit thrill your senses. Open up a bottle of Regal Deluxe. We on some chilling things. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. Open up a new experience. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. So smooth and rich. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. Open up a bottle of Regal Deluxe.
Introducing Regal Deluxe Gin, a new taste for an enjoyable drinking experience. Drink responsibly. Regal, a natural gin crafted for your experiences.
Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Hear that? That's ice cubes falling into a glass. You're burning for a drink. A shot of that Regal Deluxe will do. You need that smooth chill down your throat. That tingle in your senses that makes you shut your eyes. Before you take a sip, you like to watch the spirit mix with the ice. You bring it closer. You taste it. That right there, that was a smooth moment. A redefining moment. Open your eyes and enjoy the new Regal Deluxe, a gin-flavored spirit drink. Regal, crafted for your experiences. Not to be sold to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
All right, Lagos, Nigeria, welcome back. It's still 90.3 Voice of the People FM. And phone lines are open 0700 903 903 903 0817 175 6338. Hello, good evening. I can be having this call back at this time. All right. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, please. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Please, before I say anything, I want to appreciate your guest.
Thank you. What's your
If
name,
we
sir?
have
Can you help me turn off the volume of your radio set? There's a whole back and it's very unpleasant to the ears. Please, sir.
Okay. I said, if we have 10 or highest 12 of different types of your guests, Nigeria would be a better place.
Aww.
But I don't know why he has not come to vie for a position, or because he's too straightforward. Because honest people are not coming out to do anything for Nigeria because they are afraid. So I want to encourage him. From what he has said, he's a true Nigerian and has interest of Nigerians. He should please endeavor to contest some other time, so that even at National Assembly, he can make all these corrections. He's welcome. Thank you. God bless him.
Thank you.
And they will not do him anything because they don't like people saying the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello. Oops, I think I lost that. Okay. All right, promise you may need to take us through the messages very quickly, but after this call, hello, good evening and welcome. Hello? What's going on? What is going on with the call drops? Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello, good evening. Okay, all right. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Edo State.
You're calling from where?
Yeah, so please, I want to talk about this budget presentation now. Nigerians have seen that is wasting votes is not good. When we complain that these people who said Labour Party, you are just wasting votes from either APC or PDP. They thought we are lying. Now they have seen that whatever they have planted, all of them have throughout either join the PDP or APC now. So who is fooling who now? They are fooling Nigerians. The gullible Nigerians is people they are fooling. So what are we trying to say? It's America. How wise America is. They cannot manage maybe more than 4, 5, 6 parties. They are only based on 2 parties. Who told you that Nigeria can manage all those 3, 4, 5 parties? The best thing is either you vote for APC or you vote for PDP, so that they can challenge themselves. Now, they have divided the house. It's like pieces. Nobody can stand on. Only APC is standing now. They have taken a lot of votes from PDP and they have wasted it. So nobody is now going to expect any challenge in House or National Assembly. So, and the B2B in fact is not helping the matter because Nigerians should understand that it's not only one thing they will use to qualify somebody. Maybe you are a good person, they will use it to qualify you. That is not only one make person a good leadership in anything you are doing. So Nigerians have made mistake. Let them correct themselves in 2031, not in 2027, in 2031. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Okay, phone lines are still open.
I think people need to understand that Nigeria is a country with multi-party structure. Yes,
So that should stop us from doing well.
No. The multi-party structure is actually what is meant to be good for democracy. So that we don't have a one-party state. But then, we have a country where the ruling party tries to muzzle up every other person into their own party. And then, what else? People are hungry. Everybody is hungry. Not only the poor man that is hungry. Even some rich men now are hungry. So everybody is looking for money. So those who are decamping from Labour Party to other parties, they are looking for greener pasture. That's just it.
Okay, all right.
So let's take some reactions from WhatsApp now. Architect Edward says, I saw the book you're talking about, Farotomi's book. I saw the book today, and I was like, thank God, telling them Uncle Dele, not to grant any interview regarding the case, shows that Dele Farotomi's book is really telling Nigerians that which is hidden in our justice system. All right, and Neka from Surulere says, good evening, VOP family. This country is a country where the heathen rich and the innocent ones are being persecuted. And he said, may God help us. Concerning cutting costs, Mr. Peter Obi would have done that, because I could remember when he said that when he was a governor and he wanted to go for an event where he was being invited, and he told his people that wanted to follow him that it's only him that was invited. This country saw okay, I'm not going to take that. So you're saying Obi wouldn't have much entourage, like other leaders? You think so? And talking about oil now and the price of fuel, this says you're doing well. I saw MRS at Jojota selling at 939 naira, while NNPC is selling for 1,015 naira along Ugudu. So it's very disappointing for NNPC to be selling higher than the marketers. All right. And this says Precious the APC Kedu came here. All right, though. On Edo State, when Nkwolo was entering into the shoes of Obaseki with PDP chairmen and lawmakers, you said he will be hitting some rocky grounds. I know he will still look for a way to get those chairmen out and put his men. Politicians don't give up until they have exhausted all the options. And you said removing chairmen is not budget presentation. And as for the budget, I see it as a budget of finish them, because this government might tax our blood to get the money fund. The unrealistic figures. This is coming from Chief Udo.
All right. Okay. Hello, good evening and welcome. Let's see if we can visit. Take a call. The calls are dropping. Just go ahead.
All right. This says, good evening, Precious and Promise and Prince Francis. Mr. Chilaka, my brother, God bless you for your insightful analysis. According to him, he said, we're in a country where they don't want us to talk again. Dele Farotomi will come out victoriously. And he said, for Edo State governor and local government chairman, he said you want to see how it goes. Churchill from Surulere, this is coming from you. And this says, good evening, VOP. Taking a critical look at the ongoings in Nigeria today, one could see that certain alliances are being formed. Allegedly, though, you say, to silence the outspoken Nigerians. This is clearly seen in the case of Dele Farotimi versus Afe Babalola and the famous treason charges recently experienced. I guess you're talking about the end bad governance protesters and all of that. In the case of the end bad governance protesters versus the federal government, my appeal to Nigerian leaders is, instead of confronting Nigerians, let them think of how to rescue Nigeria from this quagmire: hunger, killings, terrorism, corruption, and so on. You said it is soaked in.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Hey,
you're welcome. Go ahead, sir.
I agree to you, and Dalton and your sister idea.
Thank you.
It is very, very unfortunate that you're not here. Thank you. My people now are doing like a people who carry Pashoko. There's no meat of 1,000 naira in Ota. So no, start 100 naira for one be like a machine plug head. And somebody is telling me, have patience. Instead of them to sing the new national anthem, they told us, if we don't sing, we'll go jail. They're not singing, on your mandate, we start. Mandate that are closing SME, closing companies. Nigerians are dying. We are no longer having them to die. Are you hearing me? In 1995, when I was in SS1 at the GTC, they told me that when a government policy is no longer favoring the masses, you swallow your pride and you send it back. It are not going to tell you lies. I know I got my interrogation. Nigerians are dying. You know, Nigerians are dying. Now, concerning National Assembly, I have been telling you that they are not for us. They are not for me and you. When we are suffering in the peak of subsidy removal August, they bought SUV. 150 million. That's 109 Senate, and it has 350 when we are dying. In conclusion, after that, I don't want to technically and philosophically and psychologically intimidate the Farotimi for us not to unmatch other cities. One, they remove somebody that became first and they put number 4. 22nd of October 2016, they arrested 6 judges. So they are corrupt. Nigerian judiciary is in the pocket of executive. Thank you very much. You are the one. More people are the best.
That's it.
Koboko. Well, I hope that the corruption you mentioned had to do with ICPC's report anyway. I appreciate you, Koboko. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're welcome.
Hello?
Yes, you're welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. Yeah, my name is Mazuda.
Mazuda, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Everybody in the studio.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
See, we know now we are in trouble. We have problems. And what I want to hear now, how do we solve this problem? We're talking about what they are doing to us. You know they cannot stop it.
But they have told you now. Somebody told you the other day, the guy from Electoral College. He says, get interested. Join a political party. Don't be saying, I cannot do it. Join a political party. Be in the process of electing people as part of the delegate that would elect people for the primaries. That's where it starts.
Yes,
you've been told, and that's why we keep discussing this every day.
That's where I'm going.
Okay, thank you.
That's where I'm going.
All right, sir.
I don't want our people to start complaining about these very people.
Okay.
It's just to do something. You need to think better than them. If we think better than them, we get what we want.
All right.
That is how APC did 2015. They think better than PDP then, and they fight better than PDP. So let masses join together. Join all these people if you know you want better things to happen. But if you get outside, want them to do it for you, they are not going to do it. So we need to join and do it. Everybody who know that government are not doing well, please do something.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Well said. Hello, good evening. This call is... all right. Oh, dear. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir?
I greet you.
She can go ahead.
I greet you to my brother. Go ahead.
Prince Tinaka.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Chike is speaking from Ago. Mr. Chike is speaking from Ago. I want to talk about this fuel price. The fuel price as of today, 1,500 naira liter in Abia State as of today. Talking to you because my people travel this morning.
So fuel is 1,500 in Abia State.
Yes, 1,500 naira. My people travel this morning and they convert them here. Libra from here to Abia State is 52,000 naira, 57,000 naira, and we paid as of Wednesday. We paid on Wednesday, not of today. 57. That's what we paid. And they are saying they are the daughter of fuel. Abia State are they different place? You can. So this is the question that I'm asking. Why is it that go to Southeast will be different from other side? Okay, the man on the wife told us that they have enough. They are not do that. They don't. It's not because of money. Today he's budgeting another money for his. Today he's budgeting another money for another new SUV. The president is budgeting another SUV, and for the vice president and people who claim they have enough, and they ask not to keep quiet, and Nigeria the one that Nigeria to die. So this is a question. Why are they asking us to keep quiet or to not? But just say anywhere they see food, they should go and eat. The people went to Ibadan because of food, because of hunger. Nobody go there to visit the families, and they are sending probe. Yeah, probe will die. The people has gone. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Then. Okay. All right. Promise you want to go back to those messages quickly, and then we'll get back
to
again.
message. Amechi from Mafoluku saying, "Good evening, everyone. You said our hearts are with the families of the children that lost their lives in Ibadan. Talking about hunger now. Yeah, and every state has the capacity to generate their income. Edo State voted a pure politician instead of technocrats or someone that has the combination. And you said they will face the music for the next 4 years. And you said the governor is only testing the mic. And you said current set of leaders believe in the power of money. And you say, may God help us there. And I'm saying amen to that. This said, good evening, Precious and Prince Francis and everyone. How on earth can this present government probe the judiciary when every one of us saw what they did? What did they do? You said, like, just a referee who saw a clear penalty but look other way. They are working. All right. And this says America, Russia, UK, France, Germany, Finland, Austria, China, etc., are where they are today because the leaders are disciplined, corrupt-free, and put the people first. And you said Nigerians 64 years are still calling, and you doubt if this will ever get better. Taiwo from Ota. And this says, I love this program, but it makes me sick that you continue to repeat the same thing over and over again. Nothing is going to change, and nothing will change in Nigeria. You said Nigeria does not want to wage war on its come on. We're not talking about. I hope that's verbal war. Maybe probably looking into.
All right. All right. Then. Hello. Good evening and welcome.
Hello, it's Tony Chugode. Promise, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So the first
Welcome,
person you go
sir.
greet na Promise. I know.
Don't mind.
This one na jealousy.
Yes, so
it is what it is.
as I just hear Tony Chuku the voice, I know say the first person he go tell na Promise. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Prince Francis Chilakade here. You know, say Prince, my guy. Good morning, first. Sorry, good evening,
ladies
first.
Isn't it ladies
Am
first?
I not a lady?
And
Do I look like a hermaphrodite? What you
coming to you?
Ladies first, but it depends where the lady is sitting. So,
welcome.
Prince Chila, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah.
Go
Precious.
ahead,
Sir.
Good evening.
Sir. Thank you,
So,
sir.
Precious.
Sir.
Another thing, I will start from yesterday. Whenever you bring Darlington during Christmas, Mr. Darlington, during Christmas, try to sing Christmas songs. So because yesterday you wind him up so much, and even I was pitying him. But that's the thing, because Mr. Darlington and Prince Chilaka, sometimes when they start to talk, you see, you might think they are shouting, but that emotional aspect of that, the nation, is affecting them. It's just like you are seeing something, and you know that this thing is black, and somebody in front of you is trying to tell you that it's blue. So coming to the budget, so Prince Chilaka is telling you it's just the same thing. They just change the weddings there. It's not about changing only the weddings. They don't do anything. If it's 20, let's say that the budget last year was 20 billion. They will just do it by percentage, top it up with 20% or 10%. They don't go to break it down. I have somebody who has been work, who knows the inner, was talking to me some time ago that the budget we do in Nigeria, they don't check it. Okay, if they are doing budget, what happened to I think budget has to do with income and expenditure. Precious, when you go in your house, you plan next year at your address, you plan that you are going to do a window or change the curtains. That's your budget next year. And you now change that curtain. Are you going to plan it in the next coming year that you are going to change curtain again?
You see, are you waiting for an honest response, or it's just a rhetoric question?
It's
because
just a rhetoric
I won't
question.
buy cutting in 5 years.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So even someone that bought a car, that knows that car is still in good order, we're not going to be buying car even in this Western world we are in. When you buy a car, you have 2 years or 3 years if you want to change that car. Unless if something happens to the car, maybe it's faulty that you'd feel that. But look at the way these people are treating Nigerians. And coming to some of the callers that called before, what are they trying to tell us? They are just trying to tell us join the political party, all of them that are saying that, or the person what you just referred to, somebody was saying that we should they don't want the common people to join, because when the common people join those parties, they have power.
But Mr. Tony, it's also not about just joining political parties. Follow up the process from primaries. Know what is happening. Checkmate them. That is what we're talking about.
Yeah, I have asked the Labour member, I said, why is it that some of the political parties, they don't have websites where those in diaspora can join?
And
when you Google Labour Party,
what did
he say? Oh, we don't know. We have to work towards that. Working towards that till when? If you want to grow the party, allow the people to join. People can also vote from their house. When the Labour or Conservative in UK here are doing their convention, it's not everybody that goes there. There are some people who also vote from their house to nominate someone. But the thing that makes me annoyed is that the corruption that is eating the Nigerians up through this budget. When you know the deep aspect of this Nigerian budget, you will shout, because it's where that corruption starts, both from the federal and the state. If they open it up, you Precious and Promise, you'll be shocked. I was shocked the day the guy opened up and was telling us where we are gathering. Look at how these budgets are being planned. The corruption starts from the budget. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, Promise, go ahead with your messages.
All right, MKO, the Livingstone from Satellite Town, Lagos, Nigeria, is saying, who started the Agboro thing? And you said it was, for what purpose was it for? Like play. It became a national thing, and we're looking. And you said, can someone tell me the purpose, reasons, or benefits of Agboro system? And who put Agboro in Constitution of Nigeria? This thing will cause trouble in this country. This is what you're saying. Okay, that was about MC Olomo and the Benin drivers there protesting. Greetings, everyone. You said, I'm concerned about the recent report of Nigerian police threatening to arrest citizens who speak negatively about politicians. You're saying, is this still democracy, you're asking? You said you're worried that this might be a sign of repression, similar to what we experienced in North Korea. Hope we don't get to that, though. And what's happening to freedom of speech in Nigeria, you're asking? And you said you'd rather appreciate some clarifications on this matter. Prince Francis, I would have asked you to probably clarify this maybe in 30 seconds. What is happening to freedom of speech? Someone is asking that they're saying the police is trying to, people who use curse words or something like that.
Like I said, the police is on each day, the police is coming up with new way of trying to gag the Nigerian people, and a lot of Nigerians are giving credence to it. So let's see how it pans out. But I'll tell you the truth, it will not see the light of day, because how many people will you arrest? How many people will prosecute? That's the point. But the thing is, Nigerian people don't really abuse except they have reason to abuse. The reason why Nigerians abuse those in government, or why those in government feel that be abused, is because the Nigerian people are asking you, be accountable to us.
Americans do the
sovereignty,
worst.
yes.
Americans
sovereignty.
do the worst. Did
you see what they did to?
You
see the Canadian president or French president when they threw
Macron.
Yeah, when
something at him.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Nigerians are asking their leaders, be accountable, be responsible, be transparent.
Are you saying that Nigerians are not even so difficult to govern?
It difficult?
Anyway,
what makes them difficult?
I'm coming. Let's take this call. We'll be right back. Hello, good evening and welcome.
The most promising promise.
Oh, Remy without Martins. How are you?
Remy with the rhymes.
Remy with the rhymes. Hey, it's on enter.
And the immaculately premium Precious.
The hype. It's the hype for me.
Precious.
Sir?
Please. I'm a vegetarian. My rice. Just made it a fried one. You no need to put meat. No need to put chicken. Just vegetables.
Just vegetable. Where I go send them from now?
Yeah.
I go teleport them. to UK. Hello, Remy. Go ahead, please. Remy, do we still have you? Ouch, I think we're losing him.
All right, going back to WhatsApp, shall I?
Hello, Remy, are you there? Hello? All right, go ahead, promise.
You can call back. Olamide from Ajasa Command says, a very excellent evening to you over there. He said, God bless all. In a nutshell, Nigerians only need to work out modalities to boot out this government in 2027 election. A formidable candidate must emerge. You're thanking us for that.
All right, okay. Hello, good evening. Oh, yeah, I lost that. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Sir?
Precious.
Sir?
He's Oba Zege.
You're welcome. Oba?
Oba Zege. From Odinkalu.
Oba Ezeke. Hey, we.
Yes.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
This is my first time. I don't need your...
Where the belly?
I don't need your bell because...
I don't ring them already.
I'm not happy.
Why now?
This kind of situation in this country now.
So make her take the bell back.
No, don't ring it. Don't ring it for now.
Try, make her collect back the one I don't ring. Now take them back.
Alright, go ahead.
My annoyance is because of MC Oluomo.
What's he do?
And
what's he do you?
There are some people supposed to flush out in this country.
What's happen?
I'm telling you the truth.
Remember, say if you just talk to person anyhow na defamation, na criminal offense. So.
Na criminal offense, but I don't. Pressure, listen to me. Thank you for this opportunity. All I'm trying to say that, you see, this thing that Nigeria is like a pregnant woman. But I know that one day is going to deliver. It will deliver before 2028. So what is going to happen in this country? Where this country is going? I didn't know. I'm just confused. People are hungry. Look at Christmas coming. You can't even get anything in the market. Everything is going higher. Are you talking about onions? Are you talking about crayfish? Are you talking about rice? What are you talking about? You say that you can get it cheap price. In fact.
Sorry.
Okay, for I'm coming from my state now is from Abia State. I'm coming from Abia State. You know how much transport from here to Abia State now? And we have people that claim that they have money. People like Obi Kubana, people like Prince, people like many people like this
Which
guy
Prince?
that gives,
Prince Francis Chilakabi?
my boss. No, I don't say that guy.
Okay, sir.
We have to top up many people when they come out for social media. They claim say they get money. I believe they should go for one of the international GU. Say from now to total time. I pay anybody that comes to this your office, any woman that comes for 1 week or for 2 days or for 3 days. So assist people that are supposed to travel this Christmas that don't have money. Many people want to travel. Even people want to go home without even coming back again. But there's no way. They stay in Lagos. Nabishing.
All right.
I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is the truth. But tomorrow night they will come out. Where is all the names? Just give this young man 100 million.
Very dark man.
In fact, I don't know. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Right, promise.
Bye-bye.
See your messages.
Back to WhatsApp.
Oh, I think I have someone on hold. Apologies. Hello, good evening and welcome. Apologies for putting you on hold for a while. Thank you. Welcome. Go ahead.
My name is
Go ahead. I didn't get your name, but go ahead, please.
Precious.
Sir?
You see, what I want Nigerians to...
Can you help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please? There's that hallback.
Okay, now I'm done that now. What? Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes. What I even want Nigerians to be doing now. See, all this lamentation and all this thing, I think this Tinubu that is there, I come on to the call. We said it that time. When we are talking about this man then that we are in Lagos, we know what is going on, we know what we are going to encounter at the end of the day. They call us sorts of names. They even call us your bastard. When they trace our blood, we will have to be somehow Igbo, Alpha, without that. Nothing again. So then everybody is see what is going on now. But what I'm saying now is, I'm not even concerned about what these 4 years this one is going through now. We are going through now. My fear, biggest fear, Precious.
Sir?
Biggest fear I have for this man is for the second time. I know this man will play his game neatly for him to go second time. I don't know what Nigeria is going to go through. Maybe we start campaigning now to know that everybody should know what is going on, how we are going to do it. Because this is how they need to campaign for us then. Everything will be fine. We should go out and do this, that. We see what is that. We see all this that happens. How is it? How are we going to do that? And come out and put again. And all this is not happen in 2027 because I trust and I trust the person I know. He can, for him not to go that second time. I don't know how we are going to do it. That's only what I want Nigerians to be thinking about now. Not all these things like we should just thinking about how to kick all these APC out to 2027. I don't know how we are going to do it anyway.
All right.
That's all in mind.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Well done. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yes, I'm back again.
Oh, Remy Without Martins, go ahead. Let's hear you.
I'm going to be quick before I've come to cut my line off.
Please make it quick. Go ahead.
You see, one thing that irresponsible leaders share in common, they try to control information. Go around the world, go and see leaders that are working. They don't care about what people say about them. They don't care about what people say about their politics because they go about their bit. You are not supposed to have time for mercy, for Facebook.
Remy, do you not think that it's because Nigerians are just not patriotic at all and not speak good about their country at all?
Look, patriotism is a bi-directional phenomenon. It's not a one-way thing. Nigerians are generally patriotic. It's because the leaders are not sincere. Look, you talk about Argentina a moment ago. Argentina is a country of less than 50 million people. Their GDP is over $500 billion. Nigeria, a country of over 200 million people, our GDP is in the region of $300 billion. So if Argentina will get money past us, their leaders are cutting costs, living a modest, a very low kind of life, and where we they poor, we they plenty, our leaders are living recklessly. So I think the people that talk about patriotism in our context, they do so because they feel inferior. They know Nigerians, if you want Nigerians to be patriotic, serve them. If you serve Nigerians, you will see their patriotism. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Remy. Promise you want to rush the messages. I know that we have lots of messages to take.
Okay,
and we also have lots of calls from, coming in. So
Senator from Isolo says, after the court judgment, MC Olomo is still parading himself as NURTW chairman, even to the extent of going to Edo State. And you said more is yet to come because it will spread over the nation. Nigerians are in for a ride. No rule of law under the current party. You said that. This says, good evening, Promise, Precious, and Prince Francis. Please. States do collect taxes. Even my father in my village called 2 days ago telling me that he was caught at Nkwoji, forcing them in the motor to show their taxes and receipts, follow them to Owerri North headquarters. Well, that's when we're talking about state governors and creating revenue, I think so. And this says, Madam Precious, now that the issue of 2025 budget is being talked about, I had thought that you had thought that people should have talked about this 2.3 trillion part of the 2024 budget that went to the bandits in the forest, especially the news that broke yesterday that the DSS had gone after the chief statistician. No, they debunked that.
Where were you yesterday? Now that was what Barrister Darlington and I spoke about on the show yesterday. We practically dwelt on that.
It says on Daily Farotimi's bail condition that
They
you people
dealt on that
discussed earlier.
decisively.
Are you people not aware that Daly granted press interview after his bail, undermining the frivolous condition? I can send you the video clips. Why is the video clips? Would like to say it. Comrade Godfrey from Surulere is saying this. What's Daly released? He was just granted bail today. I'm not sure he has actually met his bail condition till now. And this says, good evening. There is nothing like national Hajj. It is Islamic Hajj. Okay, Chidi from Oshodi says, I wonder what we'll look at like by 2031. Maybe mommy's or scarecrows. Wow. And this says, good evening, everybody from Ikeja. It's unfortunate that yearly the president buys cars on top of the ones bought in the previous year, yet asks Nigerians to be patient and tighten their seatbelts. And the presidency goes on a jamboree. You said on MC Oluomo, who asked a section of the country to go back to their area to cast their vote if they will not be allowed to vote a particular party. You said a lot there. You said, MC Oluomo walking freely, and now the Ezendibo is still in prison.
Yes,
of Ajawe State, right? He's still in prison while MC Oluomo is walking freely because he said he was going to invite, people from his region to come and help him. But MC Oluomo publicly threatened somebody from another region not to vote, and nothing happened. We saw a lot of
but the police said it was a joke.
We saw a lot of injuries, being meted on people during the 2020 election in Lagos State here too, and nothing happened actually.
The problem is that the police decide what is a joke and what is real. That's the unfortunate situation. So since the police came out and told you that it is a joke, who are you to oppose it?
All right. Going back to WhatsApp, this says, "Hi, my name is Chinedu, your gentle and good friend. Precious, I'm enjoying your program. Please kindly do Christmas for me. Come on." Precious, anything to celebrate, I need your... Okay. All right. I'm going back to another one now. This says, good evening, Precious, Promise and Prince Francis. Solomon Asika from Ocean. Precious, why did you sound surprised when the guy said fuel is 1.5 in the southeast? It has already been like that ever since when it was 70 naira in Lagos. Here it was 250 naira to 300 in southeast. That means fuel prices in the southeast is usually higher than it is here in Lagos State.
Right.
In some northern states, so usually higher. And this says, the last one before you go back to your calls. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in the studio. It is because of Mr. President is in Lagos. That is why they blocked Echo Bridge because of obstruction. Nigerians doesn't practice true democracy. May God help us. Chibueze Rahim Moneke from Ikotum. But Tomisin was saying the other day that they do it in America, right?
Okay now. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hi, Precious. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, Joval.
You got it. How you doing?
Thank you. Very well.
Let me, my usual way, greet Promise, who is now in the main building. Promise, you're welcome to the main building from backyard.
Good evening.
She's tired of being in the backyard.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Backyard is not good for you.
It's good to hear from you.
Backyard is not good for a delectable lady like Promise. Precious, ring bell for me now. No, you know here.
Are you a newcomer, Jova? Come on.
You want me to rig election for Yabi? You want me to rig election for Yabi?
You don't tell why I speak that kind of English last. You go ring bell for me.
Oh yeah. Show us your rhymes now. You know they show us your rhymes. No one listen to your rhymes. I said for you.
Welcome to the main room, delectable Precious.
Right. I just did.
Now you come. The wise prince, I greet you, sir. Let me properly say Merry Christmas to you, because I know the next time I'm going to be hearing your voice will be in Christmas, or probably Christmas would have passed. So it's wise I say Merry Christmas to the wise prince. Precious.
No, he's coming on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is 25th. He's on Wednesday.
I want to greet
and he's coming on Christmas
greet him first before that day.
Okay. Go ahead.
In case, because me, I may close my own shop, which is my mouth, before that time. Till next year. You know, this shop I'm using to advise the government so that it will be good for us. I may close this shop before that time.
No wahala.
Precious, today I saw, was it 2 days ago? I saw when the president came in for this brief holiday.
Okay.
Over 50 motorcades.
Only.
Precious.
In banking terms.
Brand new. Nothing looked like the used one. Brand new. And I began to wonder, is this the country that they are asking us to manage and manage and manage? What was the meaning of 50 on over motorcades for the president? So it is good. What I'm going to say is very simple. Campaigns are over. We need core governance in this country. And we need it so that this country will move from where we are, this spot, to the next spot. I won't stop saying it that things are difficult. Prince Chilaka is very passionate about this country. You hear that from his voice, Precious. We are also passionate, but unfortunately we can't sit in the studio like that and be talking. I wonder how it will take an hour for one to sit down, read that news to my hearing, for me to analyze it. I will go guard Precious. When a chicken is sold for about 40K now, Christmas. So it is terrible. And obviously it looks like Precious is not going to do Christmas for those people that she did for last year. So it is well.
It's not Christmas. It's my birthday on the 1st of January, and I will do something. I never stop doing my charity every year. It's for the past 20 years of my life plus, I've been doing it. So I'll never stop.
Precious,
no matter how hard the economy is, I'll try my best. Thank you.
Precious, God will bless you. You will live long for us. Your voice will never cease to be loud enough. God bless you and have a wonderful night.
Amen. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, promise.
Can we do some more messages?
Yes, you can, because YouTube is also saturated.
Chiam from Ejigo says, I would like VOP to stage a program where the callers will be between the APC supporters and the rest Nigerians on the topic of what has this APC government done to better this country. At least make we know where we stand. This is according to the man.
God. I dare not go on.
And this says, I'm crying for some of our leaders at all levels, you say judiciary, politicians, and other cabals who are ganging up to make Nigeria not war because of their selfish reasons without minding what is happening to the people they are ruling. Our government said they are buying vehicles and items that can last for at least 4 years, but every year our government buys the same thing every year. And you're asking, where are we headed to? And this says, Mr. Chilaka and Precious, I can't seem to understand why everybody feels so helpless, especially your fellow Igbos. Do you know that 50 million Igbos worldwide could consciously deliver 15 million votes to any candidate of their choice? But on any election day, that's full body for Igbo nations. The whole Southeast competes with Katsina and Sokoto states in voting figures. Prince Francis, before we go move over to the phone line, you're from that region. You have anything to say?
Have we really had election in this country?
Have we really had election? Is that the question?
Yes, that counts.
We have had elections.
You've had election, but does it count? See, the thing is I had expected that before now, INEC would have been up and doing. Make voters card available to those who are yet to get, those who have lost their own, replace it. Not when it is 2 months to the election. You expect people to be running helter-skelter, going through stress to collect their voters card.
Well, INEC just said that they're going to resume. They're resuming continuous voters registration.
I'm also going to tell those from the Southeast, it's not one thing shouting referendum, referendum, referendum. Election. Referendum, election. No. They should be active, participate in politics.
But we also know that a lot of Southeasterners they are well-traveled people. They are spread across the states, all over the states of Nigeria. We have major number of Southeasterners in Lagos, in Rivers State, different places.
Promise.
And they vote where they reside.
You know where the way the voting is done. It's not done. The Southeasterners don't go home.
That's what
for
I'm
elections.
Trying to say.
They vote wherever they are.
Where they live, yeah.
That's the truth. It's only the Northerners who go back home to go and vote. And that is why I keep saying that it is time to remove that state of origin and put state of residence. It gives people more sense of belonging.
All right, Prince Francis, let me just interrupt you briefly. We have to go for a quick break. When we return, we'll let you conclude on our thought and then say our goodbyes. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Moments to live, create and make believe. If it ain't graceful like royalty, trust your gut, it's not regal. Feel it flowing through, taste so good, so you let go and let your spirit thrill your senses. Open up a bottle of Regal Deluxe. We on some chilling things. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. Open up a new experience. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. So smooth and rich. Spirits up, Regal Gin in. Open up a bottle of Regal Deluxe.
Introducing Regal Deluxe Gin, a new taste for an enjoyable drinking experience. Drink responsibly. Regal, a natural gin crafted for your experiences.
Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
The Evening Rush with Precious.
Hear that? That's ice cubes falling into a glass. You're burning for a drink. A shot of that Regal Deluxe will do. You need that smooth chill down your throat. That tingle in your senses that makes you shut your eyes. Before you take a sip, you like to watch the spirit mix with the ice. You bring it closer. You taste it. That right there, that was a smooth moment. A redefining moment. Open your eyes and enjoy the new Regal Deluxe, a gin-flavored spirit drink. Regal, crafted for your experiences. Not to be sold to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
All right, Nigeria, welcome back. It's still 90.3 Voice of the People of Prince Francis Tilaka. You were saying something before we went on that break.
No,
would you like to conclude? Are you sure you're fine?
I'm fine.
Good. So bottom line, you're saying that it's not just
for my
enough.
Concluding thoughts?
Yes, your concluding thoughts, if you'd like.
Okay. If you're asking for my concluding thoughts, I would say that those who were busy supporting, or those who supported the 8 disastrous years of Buhari's government, are also here now running their mouth and not speaking truth to power. There is hunger in the land, there is poverty on the faces of Nigerians. I hear the budget has gone through second reading. It will be disastrous if issues being raised by Nigerians are not taken into consideration and the budget is passed. What it simply means is that the 10th Assembly is truly an extension of the executive arm of government.
Thank you. Lagos, that's the size of our package. Thank you to everyone who's called us. Thank you for your messages. Apologies if we can't read all of your messages. Sincere apologies. And thank you for making this happen. We'll return your way again on Monday evening, God willing, at 7 p.m. I love you guys. Good night and God bless.